Hi. So let's start with a demo for project cost management in Odoo. So basically, when we load a module in Odoo, firstly we get this dashboard which reflects the total number of projects, the total revenue of the projects, total cost, profit margin, and it tracks if our projects are over budget or currently running perfectly. Yeah. So here we can just see that budget versus actual costs of the project. All the data visualization for fixed cost projects and variable cost projects can be seen in the dashboard. Cost analysis by project, which is basically the calculation of extra cost and labor cost. If the project budget goes over budget, then you can see the variance reflecting in your dashboard directly. Then we have the cost breakdown, revenue breakdown. Then we have the complete project budget details in the below the cost breakdown and revenue breakdown. As you can see, currently I'm having 7 total projects. The complete budget can be seen below here. The type of the project, then the budget, revenue, labor cost, and my profit can also be seen directly in the dashboard. So these were the functionality of the dashboard. Yeah, so let's move on to our projects. So in projects, we can create new project, or here we have 9 ready to go projects. So basically, I'll go in our first corporate website revamp, Meridian Bank. Yeah, so here you can create multiple stages for your project. So let's start with the creating first stage, which is initial stage. Yes, so initial stage is created. In initial stage, we can add multiple tasks such as website design. Assignees will be administrator in my case, but you can add like web designer or anything. So we created our task. So basically this task you can put it on high priority, urgent priority, or medium priority. So for me it will be on medium priority. If we open it, then we can just select the customer for which we are doing it. So we can add tags such as website. So this tag is created. We can set a deadline for this task. So for me it will be 17th. And I'm going to increase to high priority. And I can allocate the time for this. So basically I'm going to allocate 24 hours. Yes, so basically here you can add description about this task. So changing design to website. Yes, and in timesheets you can add the employee timesheets. So for me it will be my web developer or administrator who will be doing this. So for me, David Chen is my web developer who is going to redesign my website. So re redesign website. The time spent will be nearly 24 hours. Yes. So I've created this timesheet. There are currently no subtasks for me You can also create subtasks here. You can just click on add line, and then you can just select changes requested, approved, cancelled, done, anything like that as per your requirement. Then you can add it is approved. So subtask is finding new design. So assignees, allocate assignees here as well. For me it will be administrator. Yes, so our initial stage is done. For corporate website revamp, Meridian Bank, as you can see here. Yeah, so basically here you can see all the tasks. In tasks we can see my tasks, and in tasks you can also see all tasks. So in my tasks you can see what we created earlier on, that is website design. So in website design you can do changes as per your need. So this is how you can track all the tasks using the tasks. Now let's move on to configuration. So I've explained you the projects. So basically you can create stages in the projects. You can add another stage in the projects. You can add tasks in the projects. So in order to configure all of this, you have to enter the configuration projects. So basically here all the projects are visible. So first of all we'll go in corporate website revamp Meridian Bank. So as you can see, name of the task, customer, we can select the customer. Then you can add tags such as website redesign. Yes. Then you can see here the project manager. You can assign the project manager. Then the most important part, you can select which type of project you have. The payment type. Is it fixed cost or variable cost? So basically we'll go with the fixed cost project first. So we'll assign a project budget of approximately $65,000. Yes. And the planned date of the project will be near about a month from starting from 15th June to the next 15th of July. So basically a 30-day time span. Then we have to select the allocated time here. So this allocated time I'm going to select. Yes. So after the allocated time you can add the description of the project, whatever you want. Then here you can adjust the settings such as visibility. You can manage the visibility of the project. Then if there are any recurring tasks, you can auto generate tasks for regular activities. You can do task dependencies, determine the order in which tasks are performed. You can set it as well. Then you get the option of extra costs, such as if you are having any extra costs, then you can add them in here. So basically now website redesign. So I have a Wi-Fi. So here I will put it as $2,000 as the amount. So it will get auto synced into my dashboard and it will be visible to me in form of extra costs. So now let's understand how variable type will be implemented. So this is our project. I've named it construction. So I've entered the project through configuration, projects, and then construction. So this is a variable cost project. So the plan date is June 20 till June 30. So construct a building is the description for this. Then we can manage the extra costs such as breakfasts and everything here. So here we'll add break breakfasts. So this will cost me about $100. Then we can choose the client payments. As this project is a variable cost type project, you can add here the first installment I've received on 15th. So I'll name the payment as first install installment. Yes, and the amount will be $20,000. Yes, now the second installment will be on 30th. So basically, it will be my second installment, and the amount will be $10,000. So basically, this is how you can add variable cost client payments in project cost management module. Yeah, so now moving on to timesheets. So you can also create timesheets for your tasks, your employees, and everything. You can see the timesheets by employees. You can see all the data, all the time spent by your employees. Then you can see by project. So you can see as per project how much time you have spent. You can have a record of each month and time spent. You can have the timesheets of your time spent by task. So here you can manage everything. So you can see all the timesheets here. You have to create new timesheets. These are all the timesheets that you can see. All of the data will be synced into the dashboard, of the projects, as you can see here. So these are the filter options as well. So you can select filter options such as project started from 15th and the end date will be 30. So these are all the projects that will come. So basically we can see corporate website revamp, specifically as we selected the total revenue, the total cost, and the profit margin that we're gonna have. It also calculates the over budget and total cost. The labor cost is calculated as per the timesheet's time. You can also configure it using configuration, and all the complete project budget details you can see here. Budget revenue, client payments, labor cost, extra cost, total cost is calculated and reflected directly in our dashboard. So this is how basically our project cost management Odoo module works. If you have any doubt rather than this, please reach out to us.